For our first story, we venture into the secluded wilderness of Logan Canyon, Utah, where in October 1997, St. Anne's Retreat became the center of chilling events that still haunt local legend. St. Anne's Retreat, also known as Pine Glen Cove or Hatches Camp, is a historic site nestled deep within the Cache National Forest. Originally established in the early 1900s as a private retreat, it later served as a vacation spot for nuns from the Catholic Church. Over the years, the property became shrouded in eerie folklore, with tales of haunted nuns, infanticide, and ghostly apparitions circulating among locals. By the late 1990s, the retreat had been abandoned, its once majestic cabins and lodges succumbing to the encroaching wilderness. The decaying structures and the sinister legends surrounding them made St. Anne's Retreat an irresistible destination for thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. In October 1997, a group of 8 teenagers from the nearby town of Logan decided to explore the infamous retreat. Driven by curiosity and the allure of the unknown, they ventured into the canyon under the cloak of night, their flashlights cutting through the dense forest as they approached the dilapidated entrance. Unbeknownst to them, the property owner had recently hired 3 watchmen to deter trespassers following a series of vandalism incidents. These watchmen, armed with shotguns, were prepared to confront any intruders. As the teenagers navigated the overgrown paths leading to the main lodge, they were suddenly blinded by powerful flashlight beams. The watchmen emerged from the shadows, weapons drawn, and ordered the teens to lie face down on the ground. Panic set in as the gravity of their situation became apparent. The watchmen, accusing the group of trespassing, bound their hands with zip ties and led them to the empty swimming pool, a site already steeped in grim legends. The teens were forced to sit in the cold, dark basin of the pool, their minds racing with fear and regret. Hours passed in tense silence, broken only by the occasional whisper among the captives. The watchmen stood guard, their stern faces illuminated by the moonlight. Eventually the authorities arrived, alerted by the property owner. The teenagers were released, their ordeal leaving them shaken and traumatized. News of the incident spread rapidly, igniting a heated debate within the community. While some argued that the watchmen were justified in protecting private property, others condemned their excessive use of force against unarmed youths. The watchmen were subsequently charged with aggravated assault, and the case became a focal point for discussions about property rights and appropriate defense measures. In the aftermath, the legends surrounding St. Anne's Retreat only grew more potent. The chilling experience of the teenagers added a new layer to the site's haunted reputation, blending real-life terror with the existing tapestry of ghost stories. To this day, St. Anne's Retreat remains a subject of fascination, its deserted buildings standing as silent witnesses to the eerie events that have unfolded within its boundaries. This tale serves as a haunting reminder of how curiosity can lead us into unforeseen dangers, and how places steeped in legend can become the stage for real-life horror. From the haunted corridors of St. Anne's Retreat, we now journey to the vast and unforgiving Great Basin Desert in Nevada, where since July 2017 the disappearance of an experienced outdoorsman has left authorities and the public searching for answers. In late July 2017, Gary Hinge, a seasoned hiker and survival enthusiast, embarked on a solo expedition into the remote regions of the Great Basin Desert. Known for documenting his adventures under the alias Scorpion Sam, Gary had amassed a substantial online following eager to share in his discoveries and experiences. Gary's intended route began in the small town of Ruth, Nevada. His goal was to locate a mysterious cabin he had previously encountered during an earlier trek. In a video posted prior to his departure, Gary recounted the unsettling experience. After days of hiking, he had stumbled upon a dilapidated cabin emitting smoke from its chimney. Despite its abandoned appearance, an overwhelming sense of danger compelled him to leave the area immediately. Comments from his followers ranged from skepticism to encouragement, with many urging him to return and document the site more thoroughly. Determined to face his fears and provide evidence to his audience, Gary set out once more. He informed his sister Beverly of his plans, emphasizing that he would be in areas with limited communication. When several days passed without any word from Gary, Beverly grew concerned. She contacted his housemate Simon Rogers, who confirmed that Gary had not returned as scheduled. Together, they reported his disappearance to local authorities. A comprehensive search ensued. After several days, they discovered Gary's truck, abandoned at the end of a desolate dirt road approximately 55 miles from Ruth. The vehicle showed no signs of foul play, but there was no trace of Gary. Inside the truck, investigators found his belongings, including his hiking gear and supplies. Notably absent were his backpack and camera, suggesting he had taken them on foot. The immediate area around the truck was thoroughly searched, but no additional clues emerged. As days turned into weeks, the official search efforts dwindled. Unwilling to let the case go cold, Beverly hired private investigator William Bill Salerno. Delving into Gary's online presence, Bill discovered the video detailing the mysterious cabin. This revelation shifted the focus of the investigation. Comments on Gary's video provided potential leads. Some followers claimed to recognize landmarks described by Gary, while others shared similar experiences in the region. One user mentioned a series of abandoned mining cabins, matching Gary's description, located deep within the desert. Equipped with this information, Bill organized a targeted search of the area. After days of navigating treacherous terrain, the team located a cabin eerily similar to Gary's account. The structure was weathered, with a partially collapsed roof and remnants of a stone chimney. Inside, they found evidence of recent habitation: a makeshift bed, empty food cans, and a fire pit with fresh ashes. However, there was no sign of Gary. The discovery raised more questions than answers. Who had been using the cabin, and where was Gary? The case gained media attention, drawing amateur sleuths and paranormal enthusiasts to the area. Theories range from accidental injury to encounters with dangerous individuals or even supernatural forces. Despite extensive searches and widespread speculation, Gary's fate remains unknown. In the years following his disappearance, sporadic reports have surfaced. Some hikers claim to have seen a lone figure matching Gary's description wandering the desert, while others report finding personal items believed to belong to him. Yet none of these leads have led to a definitive conclusion. The vanishing of Gary Hinge serves as a haunting reminder of the perils that can lurk within the vast wilderness. It underscores the importance of thorough preparation and communication when venturing into remote areas. As the desert continues to guard its secrets, the mystery of Gary's disappearance endures, leaving his loved ones and the community yearning for closure. From the mysterious disappearance in the Nevada desert, we now turn to the quiet woods of Northern California, where on the night of April 11th to 12th, 1981, a quaint cabin in Keddie became the site of a gruesome crime that still haunts investigators to this day. In the spring of 1981, 36-year-old Glenna Sue Sharp relocated with her 5 children to the rural community of Keddie, nestled in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Seeking a fresh start after a tumultuous marriage, Sue rented Cabin 28, a modest dwelling within the Keddie resort. The family quickly adapted to their new surroundings, embracing the tranquility of the wooded enclave. On the evening of April 11th, 1981, Sue's 14-year-old daughter, Sheila, planned to spend the night at a friend's cabin nearby. Meanwhile, Sue remained at home with her 2 youngest sons, 5-year-old Greg and 10-year-old Rick, and their friend, 12-year-old Justin Smart, who was staying over. Sue's older son, 15-year-old John, and his friend Dana Wingate, who is 17 years old, spent the day in the neighboring town of Quincy and were expected to return later that night. The following morning, Sheila returned home, unsuspecting of the horror that awaited her. As she opened the front door, she was met with a scene of unimaginable brutality. The lifeless bodies of her mother, Sue, her brother John, and Dana were sprawled in the living room, bound with medical and electrical tape. They had been bludgeoned with a hammer and stabbed repeatedly. The walls bore the marks of a violent struggle, with blood spattered across the room. In a state of shock, Sheila fled back to her friend's cabin, and authorities were promptly notified. Upon arrival, investigators were perplexed to find the 3 young boys, Greg, Rick, and Justin, unharmed and asleep in a bedroom, seemingly oblivious to the carnage that had unfolded mere feet away. There was no sign of forced entry, suggesting the perpetrator or perpetrators may have been known to the family or had gained access through an unlocked door. The crime scene presented more questions than answers. A bent steak knife was found on the floor, alongside 2 bloodied hammers. Strangely, an unidentified fingerprint was discovered on a handrail leading to the cabin's back door. Despite the presence of multiple weapons, some believed that at least one belonged to the assailant, indicating premeditation. Interviews with neighbors revealed that several individuals had heard muffled screams during the early morning hours but dismissed them, attributing the noises to typical cabin activity. Justin, the boy's friend who had been sleeping over, underwent hypnosis to retrieve suppressed memories. He recounted vivid images of Sue and the boys being attacked by two men, one with a moustache and short hair, the other clean-shaven with long hair. His descriptions led to composite sketches, but no definitive suspects emerged. As the investigation progressed, attention turned to Martin Smart, Justin's father, who lived in a nearby cabin. Reports surfaced that Martin had a contentious relationship with Sue and had allegedly expressed disdain for her influence over his estranged wife, Marilyn. Adding to the suspicion, Martin abruptly left Keddie shortly after the murders, relocating to Reno, Nevada. Years later, a therapist claimed that Martin had confessed to the killings during a session. Despite this alleged confession, no charges were filed, and Martin died in 2000, taking any potential secrets to his grave. In 2013, new evidence emerged when a hammer, believed to be one of the murder weapons, was discovered in a dried-up pond near the crime scene. This finding reignited interest in the case, prompting the Plumas County Sheriff's Office to re-examine old leads and evidence with modern forensic technology. The Keddie Cabin Murders remain unsolved. Shrouded in mystery and speculation, the once idyllic Cabin 28 was demolished in 2004, but the haunting legacy of that fateful night endures. Theories abound, ranging from a botched drug transaction to a crime of passion, yet definitive answers continue to elude both investigators and the surviving family members. This chilling tale serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most peaceful communities, leaving an indelible mark on all those touched by its shadow. The deep forests and isolated cabins of the world hold more than just solitude. They hold secrets, tragedies, and nightmares. From St. Anne's Retreat to the disappearance of Gary Hinge and the unsolved horrors of Keddie Cabin, these stories prove that what lurks in the shadows of the woods is far more terrifying than we can imagine. If these stories gave you chills, hit like, share this video with fellow horror fans, and comment below which story unsettled you the most. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, because sometimes the scariest stories are the true ones.